What's up, guys? Mr. Dan here. Happy October. Welcome to my first horror movie review for October. I cannot do 31 days, or I may be able to do 13 days. I may be able to muster up 13 days for you. I'm going on a trip to the United Kingdom in a few weeks here, right before Halloween, for about 10 days. So I'm going to be pretty busy with that. So I'm going to come out with some short reviews. Hopefully by the end of the month, we'll equal 13 reviews. Anyway, let's get to it. This is a movie I learned about from Dr. Gangrene's YouTube channel. A few years ago, he did rat movies as his October theme, and he talked about this one, and he had some criticisms of it, but I was nevertheless intrigued, and boy, some of those criticisms are warranted. This is from the early 2000s, 2003, I think, stars Isaiah Washington and Ice-T. One thing I'll say right up front, this is a well-acted movie. And I don't know if I've ever shown this book before. Hey, It's That Guy, the Fame Tracker Guide to Character Actors. So this is pretty old, so a lot of these people have transcended the character actor role now, but Isaiah Washington, even back then, was in this. Hey, It's That Street Tough, and they talk about some of his films, okay? But yeah, very good actor. He's in a very sympathetic role here. This is a film that seems to be a victim of the time when it came out and of an editing style that they chose. They almost have like a PowerPoint editing style where when they transition from one scene to the other and they dissolve things, and it really looks like something from PowerPoint Pro or something. And it is distracting, and I think they use it to cover up the lack of sort of ability to execute action scenes sometimes, like someone falls off of a roof and the camera zooms up in a close-up of the face, and they do this weird editing thing, and then he's on the concrete. Things like that. Anyway, the story's actually pretty good. I mean, they do reference Ben, I think, at one point when our protagonist is naming his new pet rat. He's discussing names, and he's like, Ben? And he's like, no, Tara. So he ends up coming up with Tara, and that is an alternate title of the film. And essentially it's about a slumlord who is sentenced to live in his own slum, and his enforcer / collector is Ice-T, who's letting Isaiah Washington and his disabled wheelchair-bound brother stay in the rat-infested basement at a discounted rate. The slumlord moves in, he clashes with Ice-T. He says, why, $50 a month to stay in the basement? He's not happy about that, because he had just been sort of letting Ice-T run the place. So he locks all the doors, and this guy's younger brother in a wheelchair is locked out on a cold night and freezes to death, and that causes our hero to get revenge. He clashes with Ice-T. There's also another neighbor who mistreats a woman that he's interested in, that he clashes with, and he befriends a rat, and eventually he walks around with a staff, and he kind of like taps it. He's able to tap it on the floor and assemble a horde of rats to attack people. And by the way, in the beginning, the rats were already attacking people. There's a somewhat humorous scene with an exterminator in the beginning who's a real character. So they did go for some humor in here with mixed results. Overall, it's okay. Those scenes are okay. The rats swarming are pretty good. So, like, for example, but then, like, the individual... It's not like a really gnarly movie, though. A rat comes up through the toilet and bites a guy you-know-where, and they just kind of show that from the guy's perspective, and there's some screaming and yelling, and I don't know, it's pretty good, and I think they could have maybe done a little more with this setting as far as, the urban decay, urban blight, sort of the slum lord dynamic, which it was actually a clever idea to have him live in his own building. That was actually very clever. I think they could have done a little more with the overall concept. So unless you're really curious, and you want to see some really unfortunate editing, I might avoid this one. Maybe not the best way to start off the month, but I've been meaning to check this one out for a while. So there you go, guys. Hood Rat. Have you heard of it? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments below. And the videos will be out intermittently any given day of the week. So please come back again and like and subscribe. Thank you. Later.